Hi everyone, my name is Fel Arias, and welcome back to Bastion. You have to go and get all of these shards to finish building up the Bastion.
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back.
Well, that's reassuring.
Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do?
I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to run off
Zolf
the
put
edge.
us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine.
What even caused all of this death and crap?
Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
So I'm getting high? Is that what it's saying?
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is, it's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. Dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. Say to a kid who's seen too much.
Kid, you've seen That's not my
I'm Zolf of the Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
It's adorable. Oh, that wasn't.
There's no way out. can't fall, no matter how hard he tries. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. The security's just gonna have to straighten him out. Succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondi the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Piff, the bull.
Oh, it's so
The
cute.
gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend.
Well then, my lifelong friend, me.
His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
I'm making a fire. Why did I lay down in the bed?
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to.
I was having quite the trip.
The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Disgusting things. Ever heard of a lung blossom?
No.
It's bigger than the stories say. The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak.
Can I just defend this thing to death? They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow. Oh, yeah, that was stressful. Oh, wait, there's something up here.
Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it.
Well, there wasn't much to speak of. I fought things, I got stuff, I left.
A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. He ain't all that shy. The Masons. We built the city strong. Now there's only two of us.
I almost got that one.
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. To master the musket, you gotta get rid of the recoil. Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm. We ain't much for pleasantries. The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Let's try the shield thing.
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia. Some used to take the bullhead trial. Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man. The bullhead trial taught folks three things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, you gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you. The trial pushed many a man to his limits.
Sorry, this is rather boring.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. Some folks wound up taking the coward's way out. The kid makes it out in one piece.
Yeah, but I did horrible. "15 hits or fewer." I'll try... Not try it again. This is gonna take too long. I thought I was
Kid
good
always
with the
wanted to
shield.
compete in the bullhead trial.
I was wrong. Probably try this one again.
Best of the best cleared the course in just a few shots.
Oh, I did it!
Kid probably could have made himself marshal one day. Thankless jobs. The most important kind. He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets. There's always more squirts to go around.
I do not see how a person could do this in a short amount of time. Yeah, I'm just giving up, because screw this. I probably need whatever this is. I need the sharp thing. Do I have enough to get them? Nope, just short.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rotha's Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about.
Ooh, I got level 4!
Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
Oh, okay.
Even the brushers learn to fear this place. Can't get hasty in a place like this. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Wait, this is where I'm supposed to be going. What's up here?
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course.
Aw, I won't drop more.
Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
I also needed the healing item.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed.
I should have brought the bow and arrow with me on this one. Gotta wait for all of that nastiness to dissipate.
Can't fight Queen Anne
Ooh.
without the proper tools.
That is a spear.
The brushers use
Pike.
their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Oh!
Most of those peckers are smart enough to stay out of Queen Anne's way. They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining, and it ain't raining. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those pincushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and it's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the Queen's running out of options.
I'm supposed to be going.
Still no sign of the shard. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. That old gator's right on his tail.
Oh, I fell off.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Seems even stinkweeds know to stay away from the queen. Kid's got a mean throwing arm.
I wish it would dissipate faster. There we go.
Want to know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed. Queen Anne. That was for the brushers. The shard's sitting in plain view. He's got it, and he's home free.
Oh, I accidentally fell off. Am I home free? Oh, it's over here.
Kid's done what needed to be done.
Yes, I did.
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel.
Whoop whoop.
All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. That Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
Aww. The baby!
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
'Cause she has a baby!
The Gravers,
Oh
the
man!
arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Create every structure in the Bastion. I'm only 4 away from doing that. Almost level 5. Well, not almost. I'm pretty far from level 5. Forge to upgrade several weapons to 3rd level. Survive a trip to who knows where with at least 1 shrine idol activated, eh?
I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. Now he can shoot that fang repeater all day long.
Okay, there are 3 more weapons to get.
Behold, the Pantheon. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Farther out there.
Know how Caelandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wild could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The Army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. A gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The Grand Rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. All grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by.
I do not.
Lunkheads settled in like they own the place. Lunkheads ain't known for their grace. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere. The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails see much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War.
Wasn't close enough for my magnetic pull.
was right here that Zolf's forefathers decided to mix it up.
How much money is falling?
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
Yeah, seems like it might have been.
The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine, while choking on swamp weed? Peckers trying to prick you in the eye. Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
It is not.
Picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower, pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zolf.
Does kind of look like him.
Turns out he's wrong.
Doesn't surprise
This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words the kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's the kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
The narration of this game is wonderful.
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
All good questions.
Come on, give the little tyke a break. just don't get any sharper than that.
Oh yeah, I've gotta go do that.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
Yeah, sure. However I do that.
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head. I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
I don't even know how I got wrapped up in all of this.
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tazzle terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia. Folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out.
Ooh, secrets.
Her mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mansers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs. First, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
What?
Considered her to take him
took
to
a
a
while.
family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out.
Dig my hole, you river.
The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult.
One day that
Now, where were we? was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall.
They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
Build that city on the hill. Someday those tears are gonna spill. So build that wall and build it strong, 'cause we'll be there before too long. Gonna build that wall up to the sky.
Oh man, I am screwed.
Lost my train of thought there.
This is stupid.
Dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall.
I can't do anything.
I digress.
I can't do anything.
Knocks him
That
into
fight.
an uneasy sleep.
Please tell me I don't have to do the entire thing over again. Okay, screw this.
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once.
I need the shotgun and the spear for this bullshit. I have to go back to the Bastion because I need better weapons for this.
Want to keep the wilds at bay? Bag yourself a musket and a pike.
I need more money.
The shards are getting harder to find. Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Fine.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. You can't fault our people for their natural curiosity, man. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
Crap, that fell off.
cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. Place is inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. Kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
Guess it wants me to have this weapon, so I'll keep it. For now.
Down inside Colford Cauldron. Look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it.
Got the shard.
As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. Where there's one stink eye, there's always more. Cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Kid don't shed any tears for him.
Any secrets? Nope.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
Oh.
It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney.
Yeah.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Aww. Getting all the pets.
The marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The arsenal's complete in case we need protection. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Just continuing the story.
Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. The beasts of Mount Zan go all out. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot. We only found that little lair because they found themselves a little shard. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own.
I didn't go everywhere down here yet. Ow.
Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they can find.
Okay, now I've been everywhere. I can go up here.
They even dragged their children into Situation stinks. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean. There's only one kind of mercy left these days. Look at it this way, it's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our Bastion is everybody's game, not just ours.
That's certainly a way to look at it.
What the city left behind, those beasts took for themselves. Takes a lot of convincing, and our orders have to do the talking. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place. They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have.
Oh.
It's a delicate situation. They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have. Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square.
don't need to, but I want the money.
That's the way. He's done what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
But I do worry.
We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete.
We will?
Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Definitely do. That actually is really good.
Walk by a kid with a machete and a mortar, you just keep on walking. To fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark. That's the way to make every shot count. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around. Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Here's hoping.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Zealandia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes burstone quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry is to soften the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails. Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. Why would the Ura put up with those pests? The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things. to it than that. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the rattletails at bay. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? It might be the gods told them the quarry's bad. The Ura always were a superstitious lot. You know the Ura hated anything above ground. Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking. In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores. A single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district. The smaller ones, we call them shards. The shards got a fraction of a core's power. Enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Bastion Quarry is Sir Lunky's head.
Ow.
We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says. It's him. I've come to warn you, he says. The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back. Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will.
I am so confused.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that. Zulf showed him the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this.
Probably would have been a good idea, yeah.
Unfortunately, they broke in and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away this place. We tried to stop him, but we needed him. Our baby pecker, he don't make it. Our little squirt.
No!
Somehow, some way, he sends those who are packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity. It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home. Live wine so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste. Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up. But he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Zealandia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
Oh, wow.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
Oh, what?
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Finally arrived at Caelondia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Oh, I finished a reflection. That gave me a lot of money to spend. Just takes a long time to get through.
We talk a little here and there. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The culture, a still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The mercy, the windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot. The conscience, we haven't lost everything, long as we have that. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. The sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild. Now all we need is one last shard. Now we're looking at some serious firepower. His bow's looking lean and mean like a prize fighter. That ought to give those dueling pistols a little extra kick. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. The city, its riches nothing but fragments now. The inspiration, a forge can fashion anything. Sometimes I want to ask it, why do any of this? The truth is, I don't want to know. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken. Gotta make sure the pointy end's fastened on real tight. That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression. Without an insulated air intake, that thing's liable to blow up on you. A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice. It's no longer a weapon, it's a precision instrument. Takes a careful touch to rattle those bones like that. Arrows like that can practically find their own way. swoop down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Seems like this might be
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess
close
behind us.
towards the end of the game.
And mother, what a mess it is.
Possibly. Heard this game is
Mess
about
like that
6 hours
could only
long
been
though,
made by
so
hand.
probably wrong.
Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand is living proof of that.
Wait, nope.
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. Against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. Traveled near as far as the kid's going right now.
You shoot me, I am going to fight back.
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our young scientist named Ven.
Aww.
Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. What is he? With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
Oh
This
crap, that was the right
discovery
way.
was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. Johnson didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the mansion's science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Van must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
Ow.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia. The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already. Keep your chin up, kid, I tell him. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Gotta find Zia and save her.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. The Ura found a way to keep the Calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow. They got their own security.
I wonder if these glitches on screen are part of the game or not.
Still, they ain't used to having visitors around. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. enough of those things and the Calamity Rocks slink back into the ground. It's not the time to get reckless. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura plagued with Bastion. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
Hard to aim that. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. Gotta destroy everything!
Those Calamity Rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. Keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. Did the Ura really think we just turn around and walk away? Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Ain't pulling their punches. They have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge.
I'm hurting myself more with
As the
this
hour
weapon than the
grows
enemies are
desperate,
hurting me.
the Ura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon. Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. Part of the rippling walls floated by, so I caught the kid's old knapsack.
Aww. No thank you. I worry about what that might lead to.
I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember? Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. The country. She's all to pieces now, but still looking good. We could have a fine old cookout with that stuff. Too bad that's not the plan. A sail hammer's only as strong as its spine. That's a strong spine. He put some finishing touches on the business end of that thing.
Yeah, I do. Don't think I have enough money to upgrade. Well, I actually do.
Taught him an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew.
Not enough money. Not enough money.
First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over. I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. He got his lifelong friend to keep him company. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home. The Calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there.
No, I don't.
The place was his home.
Oh.
All his old friends and family were there. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. This disease the era planted here will go away. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter. Zealandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal. Everyone will be all right.
Yeah, except for all of the people I'm
Problem is-
killing right now.
We'll all be gone.
Wait, what?
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
I'm not sure how much I like that.
Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the Calamity. The way things were before this story. Good times, right? You follow me?
No.
You'd be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them. mistakes. Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done. You could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well,
Not so much.
I guess there's nothing more to say. Marasim. Marasim. Who am I kidding? Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
Because this isn't the first time this has happened. That's pretty obvious, dude.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is... I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Just wanted to make sure there was nothing else up there. Okay.
weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go. Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here. Heavy, ain't it?
Yep.
Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
So basically, roll back time and change
You know,
history.
Zolf and his countrymen
or-
won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Or continue on for the future.
Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. What is he? Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency, though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. It's such a shame. That's life. One thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
My little feet are moving so fast. Oh yeah, they are definitely not happy with him.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, then Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright.
You know, I could carry that large battering ram faster than I can carry his body. Makes a very little sense.
You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
A little bit.
I set my sail, fly, the wind it will take me back to my
I'm gonna die.
sweet home. Lie on my back, clouds are making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide. Feel your Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now.
I guess you can
It
say
reminds
that.
me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days? Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Hey, kid. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
Yeah, I did end up killing a lot of people.
You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now. Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead you want to stay. In a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on, with you here, we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
I set myself fly, the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home.
Yeah, this game was shorter than I thought it was.
Lie on my back,
Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.